If you followed the site setup wizard process, you end up on this next step screen that includes a link to edit your home page that would take you directly into the editor. But let's first look at what the website looks like so far. So we have a stock image from Toastmasters International behind a blue screen with the logo. It's all Toastmasters International approved branding. It has a little bit of text taken from our sign-up form. It has the visit as a guest widget, and then it has some boilerplate content, including a little bit of instructions about how to work with this theme. So again, the theme, the design that wraps around your content can be changed, and I'll show you how to do that later. But for right now, let's just work within this theme and add some content to it. So the other way to get into the editor for the page, or there are several ways, but if you're on the public website and you're logged in with administrative rights, we can just click up top here. And this will take us into the editor. It shows us the basic message about our site. It shows us that the title right now is welcome, but we can change this. So you can say something more up top here about what makes this club so fabulous. And so if we go into the editor and we just start typing, we're creating paragraphs. Now, WordPress has this concept of different types of content blocks that have different properties associated with them. So a paragraph is just our regular body text. But we can have different attributes associated with it. We can decide that this actually should be somewhat larger text than the default. We can decide that the color should be true maroon. So we're working with Toastmasters brand approved colors, and let's give it a happy yellow background. But we can also add other kinds of blocks. So a heading is a good thing to include to organize your page, and it also signals to search engines that we thought this was an important section of the page. We might want to include an image. So if I just start typing the word image or picture, it'll show me some matching components I can add. I can add a whole photo gallery. I can have a cover, which is sort of a more dramatic treatment of an image. But let's just do a regular image for right now. And we'll grab this one, which you can see is from a Zoom session. And once we've added this to the page, we can decide how we want it to be displayed. We can decide that it should be medium, or it should be full size, or just a little thumbnail. Let's go with medium. We have some alignment choices. We can make this centered. You can add video very easily, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So this is your word processor for setting up the site. There are also components, like this is the placeholder for that guest sign up widget. And I have specified that I want to show the next meeting and 4 meetings after that. So that is the view out on the site. And then we have a bunch of boilerplate content in here. Now this is telling me a little bit about how to work with this site, because the page right now has this big dramatic image up top behind the blue screen. Now you can change that image to be something else. So if we go back and edit the page, so this is known as the featured image, and in this theme every page or blog post can have a different featured image. So I'm going to use the one, so we can either upload a file or we can choose from our media library, which is things that have been uploaded previously here. And we'll see what this would look like at the top of the page. So we make that the featured image. And there we are up top. You might or might not think that that was appropriate. Actually, to emphasize the idea of a hybrid meeting, you can see that we're also seeing her up on screen, which is what the people on Zoom are seeing. So in this particular design, when we click around to different pages, this is how it would be displayed without a featured image set. We could have a different featured image for different sections of the site to emphasize different themes. And I can see some things that I would want to change about the way this is set up. So I made the title, Welcome to the Greatest Club in the World, and that's kind of long. We probably want it to just say Welcome or Home on the menu. Now this is only one of several possible designs that are available. If we look at the online presenters website, it has a banner image across the top. It has a sidebar and just a little bit different layout. If we look at digital communicators, it has this NASA photo up top to emphasize the fact that they're looking into the future. And that photo, just a smaller version of it, follows you throughout the site as you navigate around. So if I want to change the whole design of the website, I can do that through this Customize tool up top. I can also make some changes within this theme or design from the screen. For example, I mentioned that the menu isn't quite right there, so I'm going to go into my primary menu, and I'm going to say that the label should actually just be Welcome. So I'm not changing the page title, I'm just changing the label on the menu, trying to make that a little bit simpler and more concise. I can also add elements here. So maybe I want to have a page under members that is famous members. So we'll add an element, and we can choose from one of our existing pages. This is a brand new site, so I'm going to put in a placeholder for a new page. And I'm going to say that that should appear as a submenu item under members. So there we see our submenu item. We see our menu is a little bit shorter. So there are a number of options that are available to you that you can change within the customizer. And they're a little bit different for each of the different themes. Let's see how this website would look in a whole different theme. So these are the available themes on the Toastmost.org service, and we can take a look at, say, this one. So this is a happy yellow background. It shows our image here right now in a slightly different presentation. Now actually, if I activate and publish that, there is an option within this theme to give a similar treatment of a screen featured image at the very top. This is the 2020 theme, 2020 TM variation of a standard WordPress theme. And I'll say that instead of the default template, I want this displayed in the cover template, which is their term for that big dramatic cover image. And now we get that image up top in a similar treatment to the one we had with the initial theme. Now we can actually experiment with several different themes to see which one would work best for us. So we can take a look at a preview of the site. This is that same theme that was used for the NASA photo one. We can get an idea of how these different themes would present our content. And once we choose one we like, we can lock that in, and that will become the new design for our website.